Bitcoin Crypto Morning Tea. Hey. Good morning, everybody. My name's pianomattyb. That is Scaramucci's. And this is your Morning TA. A brief glimpse into the crypto markets, where the sun's shining, where the wind's blowing. All the humble opinion of this piano. Zamboni bringing the down. The FOMO index has dropped to 55 from yesterday's 56. Bitcoin dominance is 49.9%. 24-hour volume is 42 billion. The overall market cap, 1.17 trillion. Give or take 100 million. Well, what a difference a day makes. 24 little hours. With such a joyous little pump yesterday, it's a little heartbreaking to see such a reversal. But we talked about this, so it should have come as no surprise to anyone in this boutique community when Bitcoin price action had a little dump. Who knows? Bitcoin Crypto Morning Tea. Hey. Good morning, everybody. My name's pianomattyb. That is Scaramucci's. And this is your Morning TA. A brief glimpse into the crypto markets, where the sun's shining, where the wind's blowing. All the humble opinion of this piano. Zamboni bringing the down. The FOMO index has dropped to 55 from yesterday's 56. Bitcoin dominance is 49.9%. 24-hour volume is 42 billion. The overall market cap, 1.17 trillion. Give or take 100 million. Well, what a difference a day makes. 24 little hours. With such a joyous little pump yesterday, it's a little heartbreaking to see such a reversal. But we talked about this, so it should have come as no surprise to anyone in this boutique community when Bitcoin price action had a little dump. Who knows, by the time this video comes out in 4 hours, we could have already seen a rejection. But until we break out of this channel, well, there's a chance of retesting support. Bitcoin Crypto 3 points. Surprise to anyone in this boutique community when Bitcoin price action had a little dump. Who knows, by the time this video comes out in 4 hours, we could have already seen a rejection. But until we break out of this channel, well, there's a chance of retesting support down at 30K. AKA the 23.6% fib. Here's where it will likely fall. First support break would be at the 23.6% fib at 30K, with a rejection that sends it down to test support at the 23.6% fib at 30K. My Lord love a duck if she didn't do just that. After peeking out up and over our channel of eternal monotony, at 31.5, price action reversed and nosedived all day, finding a bottom and a bounce at 29.7 and has tucked back up and into our channel. At time of production, 30.1, and well, we were here 2 weeks ago, and before that, we basically drifted this line, so she's nothing new. Just chopping broccoli in this channel now. There is a big announcement coming up that can send price action into a volatility hissy fit. But we'll talk about that on the Wookiee. Now over on the Ding Dong, we went from making a bullish engulfing candle to a shooting star, about as much of a candle reversal as one could see. But and I say if we can hold this 30K-ish level, well, we'll just end up chopping broccoli back up to test resistance at 31.4. Now, if we do break support, there's a high probability we could seek out the loving arms of the 38.2% fib down at 28.8, and even a quick visit to the 50% fib at 28K, which, oh snap, is right at the 50 moving average to boot. So there's double word score there on the bearish carobs. And when asked why BlackRock has taken such a neck-breaking 180-degree change of heart in Bitcoin, dark economic overlord Larry Fink replied, well, we've always been accumulating Bitcoin. We just didn't want the retail noobs to know that our actual intentions were... Is that a dad alert? Yes, it is. It seems the MACD has crossed bearish again. We spoke earlier this week that the last time we saw such a cross, we got a 9% haircut. And where would 9% take us? Well, that would be 27.3ish, which is, oh snap, the goldenest of golden ratios. The Siggity 1.8% fib, those darn tootin' fibs, I tell ya. Quick look at the Wookiee sees a substantial rejection from our ascending channel's resistance, which, you know, kinda looks like she might want to bounce back down to test support. 26.1ish. I hope not, but, well, she just kind of looks that way. And the big announcement today that could send the markets into an economic hairy spaz is the non-farm payroll, but there's no way of knowing what or how or why the markets will react bullish or bearish to this, because we are in an inverse data universe right now, where good data can react bearish and bad data can react bullish. So it's topsy-turvy clown world, but that's the type of logic you get in a fiat regime. If the money's fake, well, everything is fake. But it doesn't mean the markets won't react nonetheless. So keep your papers on that announcement coming this morning, I think. And I'll have another little story about the non-farm payroll reports coming up in the live session right away. When you look at that, my friends, the sun's up. It's another beautiful day here on planet Earth, a day none of us were guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days, but we got them anyway, so get out there and knock them dead. And remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected leaders. That's right, it's the long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. And join me live right away. Grab yourself a coffee. And it's Friday, so sing me out, won't you? Around the banks of boom dash bang. Whoa. Chit.
Hello everybody. It's another beautiful day here on planet Earth. A day none of us was guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days. And I'm standing by Blanca Peak in the beautiful and historic San Luis Valley. And the only other thing I'm doing is playing the same game as our psychopathic elected elites. That's right, it's the long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day.
Well, to say it was an interesting morning would be an understatement. You see, up here in Winnipeg, we had a mild storm. Mild storm. Right when I had a gig last night outdoors, so we closed the gig early because we had a couple of raindrops and we're like, nah, let's get out of here. 10 minutes later, whoosh, pouring rain. Not crazy. Not enough to say knock out the power for 12 hours. But Lord love a duck if she didn't do that, just that. 12 hours. So everyone that was at the gig was kind of like, oh my God, it's a power outage. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there going, nah, this is a cyber attack. This is close. It's a training session for no power. So anyway, I got home, no power, went to bed, woke up at 4, no power, and then boom, the power went on at about 10 after 4. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'll make the video. So I get out there, I start looking at the charts, doing the prep, etc. Boom, power goes out. So there I am sitting in the dark, contemplating the meaning of life. What am I doing right now? And it doesn't go on. So I go back to bed. I don't really go back to bed because I'm not really a wake up, go back to bed type of guy. I just can't do it. I wish I could. So I'm just kind of lying there. And then boom, the power goes on again. All right. This time I'll get her done. So go down. Start doing the exact same thing because everything I did, well, wasn't saved because wasn't expecting a blackout or another power outage. So by the way, this is first cup of coffee too, which I don't think I've ever done that. Did the whole video, no coffee. It's crazy. So I started doing everything again. Just the prep. Boom. Lights out. There I am again. Just sitting there. Contemplating life. Is the sky older than the earth, or is the earth older than the sky? I kept on hearing Duke's voice. And it wouldn't come back on, so it's like, okay, I'm done for the day. Oh well, no big deal. So I go back, I'm just lying there thinking, well, what am I going to do? There's no power. I can't do anything. My phone's on like 3% battery. So power goes on and it's 5 o'clock and I'm looking, can I pull this off? Can I do the video in basically 2.5 hours? Because I kind of got to get it done by 7:30 now with the live. So I started giving her. And once I'm in the flow, so to speak, things are okay. But so I ended up getting the video done a little late, probably about 7:40. And then of course, what happens after all that work? See, I'll get to that in a second. I start the video and it freezes. I'm like, okay, well, last time it froze. If you were here yesterday, it froze and then it just comes back to life and blah, blah, blah. It's no big deal. It's annoying. The cortisol level goes through my heads. Thanks for the super chat, Sneaky Pete. Vancouver, persistence is key. Cheers, Matty B. Yes. He's a Canadian. There's not too many Canadians on this stream, actually. I would say 1% of all views are Canadian. And that's Sneaky Pete, I suppose. And my mom. Of course, my mom's there. So anyway, I'm like, well, isn't this just peachy? All that, the gauntlet. So the gauntlet is a 3-hour gauntlet, like I've said before. Howdy from Texas, Crispy Chris, Crypto Supreme. So to cut her down to 2.5 hours, it's really like there's no errors, there's no thinking, there's no, oh, maybe I'll do this or maybe I'll do that. And if I get too deep into something that doesn't go somewhere, I just got to erase it and just get on with the stream anyway. So I'm watching the stream, it freezes, comes back. I think it has something to do with maybe me putting up the YouTube to watch the comments while I'm actually watching it, which it shouldn't because it's an M2 Mac, for Christ's sake. It should be able to do all this thing, but I think there's maybe a correlation. However, you can't test things. I mean, the test is the live stream. Like I can't spend the afternoon like troubleshooting. Well, what if I just got to go live? I think maybe Monday I will restart the computer, just have a fresh restart. Because I tell you, my relationship with his M2 isn't getting off to the strongest start. Yes. Kyle Owen, fellow Winnipegger here. Wow. Well, Kyle, come down to the Jimmy and introduce yourself, because there's about 3 or 4. Jen Friesen, Third Eye Wise. Geez, I think that's it for Winnipeggers that come down. So my non-farm payroll story. This is, to me, when I was currency trading back 10, 15 years ago, the non-farm payroll was the event of the month. It was like volatility. And when I say volatility, I mean like you could see a 10% swing. So you got to remember, in the legacy, traditional markets, you don't get these crypto swings of 90%, 100%, 10x, 20x. You're lucky to see a 10% swing, and that's what the non-farm payroll was. It really disrupted the currency market. So I would wait, but at the end, maybe pull up YouTube on a phone while the stream is running, the pre-record. Yeah, well, see, right now I have another computer, which is so silly. Like that, I have 2 MacBooks. This is like, imagine if I were to describe how much it costs to do this. Oh, it's not too much. You just got to get 1 MacBook and then another MacBook, to watch the comment. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I probably won't put the comments up on this M2, because obviously an M2 can't handle it. But anyway, back to the non-farm payroll. What I would do before I actually quit for good, because I stopped believing that the system was actually fair. I didn't believe it was a free market at that point. And so, there's a cat, Rosario Mingo. I would do what was called if then this. I can't. There's a word for it, but I just remembered it that. So you would basically do a double hedge. Let's say I wanted to go long, I would put in a limit order with a stop loss. So if it hit the stop, it would trigger another short. And then that short had its own stop, where if it went back up, it would trigger another long. So it was ridiculous. And it was just this, it was like, that's how much of a sick degenerate people were to put in those things. And at the end of the day, just like any market, it would go bang, 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 hitting out all the stops, right? All the stop hunters would be going crazy. And then as soon as the B book or the A book or the B book, whatever you want, the people behind it would see like, okay, did we knock out how many stops? 80%? Okay, let it fire. And then it would go one way. But it would always go one way 10%, if not. So you have to understand 10% in crypto, well, we're not even going to get out of bed, right? But 10% when you're currency trading is 1,000th of a pip. So let's say that it was 26 cents .1000. Well, I was just trading the 1,000th cent, the 101. That would have been, let's say, $20. So if it goes up 10 1,000ths of a cent, that would be $200. And it could happen just like that. That's why that 5-minute chart in the currency, that's really for the adrenaline psychopaths that can handle it. BC Elf, Canadian here. Welcome, BC Elf. Yeah, so whether it will, the reason why it makes no difference to me now in the crypto is because we live in the inverse data universe now. So good news is bad news is good news, but sometimes good news is good news, and sometimes bad news, well, sometimes it's bad news. So who knows? It's going to come out, it's going to shake the market up, but I don't know how much it's going to shake it up. I saw Remedial Joe, a pianomattyb OG, one of the members. He said he FOMO'd in at his job. That's pretty funny, because the turning point of my life when I was 16 years old was when I got my first paycheck from the first job I had. I was a courtesy bagger at Safeway. And I hated it, obviously, because I didn't like the structure that there was some guy who was like my boss just because he was there longer, but he was a dummy. He was an idiot. I was like, why is this guy the boss? He's such a dummy. And so I did my whatever 3 or 4 shifts, $5 an hour or something like that, whatever it was, something crazy like that. And when I got my check, I was like, oh, here we go. I got my first paycheck, and I rip it open. I'm sitting there with my mom. I'm like, what's this income tax thing here? And my mom was like, well, that's income tax. They take it off automatically. I'm like, well, what do you mean automatically? Why do they take it off my check? Well, like income tax. Why would they take income tax off? Like, that's like, I worked. They didn't work it, right? I'm like, oh, no. As long as you have a job, you have to pay income tax. I don't like the sounds of that. And I still don't like the sounds of it. And to this day, I was like, well, how do I not have a job? And so the long answer, short answer is you kind of have to have a business, and then you can move things around. But that's what was one of the most defining moments of my life when I saw that income tax taken off. It was like, I couldn't believe it that people were working, and then the government would just come like a hungry hippo, hungry hippo, and take it right off the top. It sickened me then. It sickens me now. Good morning, Bobby Freeman. Tonight is the piano stream, Friday and Saturday. Johnny December, we put your video on yesterday. I'm not sure if you saw it. And today, Terry Crow, I notice he isn't in there, but he's on the live stream on the piano every Friday, Saturday. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for sitting through the glitches. Just know, if it's any consolation, how annoying it is for you. You can do a 10x on that, and that's what I'm going through when it's freezing, because it's like, it's almost like it was all for naught when it freezes. If the stream doesn't work, it was like the whole putting the video together was just a dud, so to speak. So it's 10x for me. I appreciate you sitting through it. I'm going to try to fix it by Monday. Like, watch tonight with the piano stream. It'll be fine. But then Monday, for some reason, she just doesn't like it. Thanks, Sneaky Pete Vaporizers. All good. We're here either way. Remedial Joe says he's buying a party bus once I save enough. Being my own boss is the only way. Yeah, it is. I mean, you're right. You said taxes and Duke peeked out at you. Yeah. It's hard to be your own boss because we're really indoctrinated into this system where it's like, well, no, we're not going to ever learn about starting your own business. We'll barely even teach you how to do anything financial besides maybe make a bank account. And we won't even do that. The rest, well, you're just going to have to trial and error it on your own. Just keep throwing things at the wall, and if something sticks, well, maybe you can get out of that rat race type thing and start your own business. But up here in Canada, it's a planned economy, which is somewhere between socialism and a free market. It's a very moving gray area, especially now. It's even worse. And they throw handcuffs at you left and right. Like, it's almost like you want to ask yourself, do you not want us to have businesses? Because I'm getting the feeling that you'd rather us not have these businesses, because just to get out of the gates, there's all the licenses and all the BS. I tell you, it's almost not worth it. That being said, I'll work all day to pay as little tax as possible, if you know what I mean. So that's my motivation anyway. So I'm going to let you guys go here. I'm going to get Duke to come sing you out. If you can join us on the live piano stream, that'd be fantastic. Of course, our goal is to make it the biggest piano live stream YouTube's ever done, gone, and seen. All right, buddy. Well, do you have any comments on the crypto markets before you go?
The only comment,
You have food all over you. That's okay. We can wash our face, brush our teeth.
Actually, I don't really wash my face. I only wash my hands. No, I don't even wash my hands.
Okay. Anyway, he's such a character. Let's not get too close to the mic because I got the trim really,
I know.
really high. Okay, so
I know.
can you say?
We're playing the same game as a psychopathic acted a weeds. That's why it's a long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. I want the bank to boom to spank. Bitcoin, crypto, money,
Nice job, Duke. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hopefully see you later at the live piano stream. If not, have a great weekend. Uh-oh, that button was supposed to do something. It didn't. Of course, these M2s. Make sure you like